You must be giving perspective. Too much of us are focused on production. Here's the next thing we're going to do as a leader. We're going to show you need to make this many contacts. You need to go out and have this many recruiting appointments. You need to do this, you need to do that. Let's work through the mechanical objection over handlers. It's like you've got some mental map you need them to go down and you're totally focused on that. The problem is when you're totally focused on that, they're not motivated to do any of it. You have to show them perspective to motivate. You have to show, and this is tough. This is heady. This is very hard for most leaders to get. That's why there's so few good motivators out there. There's decent coaches out there that can mechanically coach, but they wonder why they keep losing clients over and over again. It's because they weren't able to keep them motivated. And what we think of as motivation is just some dynamic dude who's up there yelling, screaming, high energy, pumping them up, cheerleader. That's not a good motivator, guys. That's like a good conference speaker, I guess. A good motivator is someone that can give perspective. So what the production coach does is they just coach what's right in front of them and what's right in their body, what's present. And I know it's common knowledge for everybody to say, you got to be present. Okay, you do. But you also got to get away from being present. You got to show them, everybody always hears me talking about making sure we remind them of what the finish line looks like. Make sure they wonder where we're headed and why we're doing all this terrible menial work that we don't want to do. But we also got to show them where they've come. We got to show what's happening in other cities. We got to show what's happening with other agents, what's happening with their competitors. That way they get some perspective. They go, oh, I'm not the only one suffering. Okay, good deal. Or wow, that agent's pushing ahead of me. I didn't know. That might motivate me. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to have different strokes for different folks. If we just use the disc profile to begin with, how I handle each one of those different types of animals is going to be different ways I show them different types of perspective. They had these goals to increase their production after the previous year, but sales volume, let's say, has gone down this year in their area. How do we drive them back up? We put it in perspective. Let's look at what the other people are doing. Let's pull the top-down report in your multiple listing service. Let's see where everybody else is. They're like, okay, it's not that bad. Maybe I am on the right track. We have to tell them things like, remember, growth is not a straight line up. It's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. 2 forward, 3 back. If you quit right when you take 2 back, you're not going to get to go 3 forward. So how do we show them that? We show them perspective. Everyone's taking a couple back. You're not doing anything wrong. And all of a sudden, I feel like I'm not doing that bad. If you let me swim upstream all day long, I'll go as far as I can, but eventually I'm going to quit. You put someone right next to me, I may not quit as quick. So you got to start giving that perspective. That's how you motivate people. Because let me tell you, what's coming? When I say winter's coming, it's coming. The winter of 2025 and 2026, holy moly, is it going to be dark. You're going to see more agents leave teams and brokerages than you have ever seen. When sales volume drops, that's when people move. And it's been dropping a lot lately, but this year is going to be something different. You're going to see a lot of people quit and jump job to job. You're going to see people taking paychecks. You're going to see different leaders quitting on their brokerages. You're going to see teams fold up and go just back down to solo agents. You're going to see so many people quit at the 2-step back. They have to job hunt. They're tired of what they were doing because no one motivated them. That's what leaders are for. If you want to be a leader, then that should be coming internally. You know what I mean? But there are way more followers than they need leaders. So they need someone to show them don't quit in the dip. There's going to be people getting out of coaching. There's going to be people getting out of brokerage operations. They're just going to say, I'm tired of it. That's because they were failing and they couldn't handle the failure. These words need to go directly through to the people you're supposed to be talking to. They need to hear this perspective that all of this is happening. As a leader, if you don't give them that type of perspective, guess who's doing it to them? You are. You're now to blame. Do you realize that? You will be the problem. They will go someplace else because you're the freaking problem, because you're not giving them perspective. We have to own that. It's too easy as leaders, no matter what you're doing, if you're managing agents in real estate, coach, leader, brokerage owner, I can tell you right now, it is very easy just to run around and say, man, that person's uncoachable. That guy can't figure it out. That guy's a different race. That guy's a different religion. That guy just doesn't have the drive. That's leaders behaving badly. And that's what always made me happy as a competing leader. They give up, I didn't, because I knew the perspective. 3 forward, 2 back. So you can either be the one that grows through this and picks up all those agents looking to migrate somewhere, or you can be the one that loses them all, Mr. Poopy Pants, and just has a real rough ride for the next couple years. You either grow or you die. There is no stasis in the middle that's any fun, trust me. That's just clinging on, hoping not to die as quickly. But you will either grow or you will die. The idea of circling the wagons and bringing everything tight and cutting all my expenses to weather through this, yeah, you might feel good for 6 months to a year. But then a whole bunch of people leaped into worlds ahead of you. And what you'll say is, oh man, that coaching's stupid. I already did that. Or, oh man, running a brokerage, that's just a bunch of headaches. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to flip a couple houses a year and sell 10 houses. That's what we'll do. That's, at least if you're a male, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You just find those excuses, and you see them all the time. And the reason I say that is because it's amazing how you hear that to all these people who cannot stay motivated. And that's because they didn't have a leader in their life that could give them that perspective. You have to give perspective. It should be a part of every call, not just jump in and expect them to have to work and do what you need them to do that's so logical and so obvious to you and everyone else, including them. All you're going to do is beat them up. You're going to beat them up and make them more miserable and say, I can't do it, without perspective. And to be a good leader in real estate, coach, broker owner, team leader, you have got to be able to motivate people. You have to. And I'm telling you, perspective is the key way to do it. If you are talking with someone that's a hard driving know-it-all, we call it a D behavior, a dominant behavior. Okay. With them, you got to challenge them. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to quit? What is everybody else going to say? Let's start talking about your competitors for a little bit. See how they're doing. All of a sudden, that gives them the perspective they needed. See what I'm saying? They're going to plow ahead. They're doing it. You're not. This is Seabiscuit. I'm talking to Seabiscuit right now. Make them compete. That's the horse that came from behind. Got it? We have got to be in a place where we motivate them. If it's an I behavior, they're influencers. They're very tied to lots of social relationships. They also care what people think of them a lot, their title. What's it going to feel like when all these agents leave and you go backwards and you demote yourself? Give yourself a demotion publicly. I'll use every trick I got, because they are going to feel that whether they thought of it or not. You know what I'm saying? What are your kids going to think? Mommy tried, but employees are too big of headaches. These agents just don't want to learn. They're just not motivated. They don't have the same drive I have. That's what they're going to learn from mommy. Excuses, not someone who fights ahead and plows through it and waiting for everyone else to peel off, because that's what will happen in a slowing market, is they will start to peel off. You maintain the course even though it feels like you're swimming upstream, doing stuff you don't want to do to get the results you want, and shifting because you're in a new market. So you're gonna have to shift a lot of your skill sets. And right now, as leaders, coaches, team leaders, brokers, owners, we are going to have to learn how to be a leader again. What you know doesn't help you anymore. The market's changed. The market's changed. So you're going to have to coach, train, lead differently. And we have to understand that. We have to understand that, because you've never coached or trained in this market. The same stuff will not work to motivate your agent. It may work in production. In other words, if they were to do it, it would work just the same, possibly. But you're going to have to do something different to get them to do the work. So you've got to be humble too as a leader. I don't know how to show perspective. I don't know how to get above. I don't know how to do this. And you're going to have to find it out, and you're going to have to seek it out. And that's going to be hard, and it's going to be humbling to you, and it's going to be uncomfortable. There's very few real estate coaches even alive that coached and at least mentored or trained agents before 2009. I'd probably count them on one hand. All they've known is the best market in the world. That's all they've known. Sales volume going up, prices are going up. It's all they've known. So understand, things are changing now, and we're going to have to be ready for it. And that's going to take a lot of internal motivation. And I'm sad for those that don't have it or don't have a leader who can give it to them, because they could have made it, but they didn't know that they were that close to making it. And that's what perspective provides. If I move into the S behavior, it's different. They are harder. They don't like change. They are very diplomatic and they're very good with people, but they don't like doing anything uncomfortable. So we have to get very logical with them, and it takes a long time. It takes a long time. So you need to really talk about money that's earned, a deep needs analysis, what that'll do for you, what that will do for the people closest to you. That'll have an impact. Like what it'll do for your children, what it'll do for your friends, what it'll do for your parents, what'll it do if you succeed for others. They'll throw themselves under the bus for others in a heartbeat, unfortunately. They really are emotionally connected with what other people think of them. So we need to get a really detailed plan and bought in on that plan, and make sure they understand the parts of the plan they're saying no to are what probably would have got us there faster. So they are choosing the slow road. The fast road's always open to them. There's an on-ramp every call. Every time we talk, we can get into that fast place if you get tired of moving this slow. But that perspective needs to be reminded. It needs to be told. It needs to be said regularly. So the blame doesn't shift on you, because once it shifts to you, they won't listen to you anymore, and you can't help them. You got to put the oxygen mask on yourself first to be able to help everybody. Make sense? With the C behavior, definitely the most difficult to coach in this market. They will find reasons not to do a lot of things inside of their head. It's very hard to get them to take uncomfortable action forward sloppily. So they will just prepare, analyze, prepare, and usually come up with a reason why they don't take action themselves. So that's very important with them. I actually like to use a disc profile, bring it out, show them these tendencies, explain it, get into it deeply, talk about and agree upon a plan forward so that they understand how to move forward. You don't see many of those in leadership roles in real estate for that reason. They're hard to find, but they're great when they get there. They're great when they get there. They're very thorough people. They run a tight, big ship. So that's what I would be making sure we understand in leadership roles with agents right now. It's not just telling them what to do and getting frustrated when they don't. We got to put things in perspective with them in a very big way so that they get it. Because what's coming, guys, it is an opportunity, and people that like see the opportunity happening when it comes, it's too late. You got to start now. Fishing poles must be in the water to move forward. If you have to watch it happen and you don't want to be the first adopter, you don't want to listen to what I'm saying, and then that's what motivates you. Okay, it's easy now. Now I'm jumping in. You probably missed the whole thing. Old school of fish will move underneath you. It's the people that move during the turns, and this is a turn, that lead on the straightaways. So the excuse that I can't motivate this, I'm not motivated, make sure you're not saying it, because you're in a dark place if you are. That's a real bad place to be in business who's not motivated, because you're about to jump. You're about to make a big change and quit this path, just like them. And we know the ones that stay the path, those are typically your than the people that reboot every decade or however long they reboot. Start over from the bottom up.